And I think you can just run there, like at that starting point from the lanes, just get going. Boom close out with the Legion Commander coming out, so they do have some Dispels on hand. It still doesn't play in with your Void too well. You don't have, say, natural LC combinations with your own Burst on hand, so winning duels early on, it's a tough call without Yopaj around. You have some good synergy with minus armor. I don't know, it looks very different from what Boom tends to draft for that mid-game momentum. This is much more late-game oriented, and I think T1's ready to just keep fighting from 5 minutes in towards the 25-minute mark. I think that's the big window where T1's just stronger with their heroes.
And Mike, can you at all reason a potential window or timing spike for Boom's lineup here now that you see it completed with the LC knowing where all of the heroes are going to be going?
Well, I mean, look, late game against the Void, it's always scary. Like, going into that chrono, it's always going to be amazing. So I think Boom do naturally have to just drag this one out past that 30 to 40 minute mark. That being said, though, Gabby's PA gets probably even more scary. So it's kind of hard to use that logic here in this game one. Yeah, I mean, if they can drag it out, if they can get that farm on Jackie this game, they could probably get it done. But I think Jackie's got a lot of pressure. You want that Maelstrom for the farming item, and then you want an MKB straight away, and that's not going to be too easy to farm against the draft that T1 has. So, I mean, the one saving grace I feel is Boom did go for that last pick LC, and I think that's going to have a lot of emphasis this game, because you are going to have the press the attack against all the control that T1 has. And I think that was going to be one very scary factor here for Jackie on that Void, is if you cop an Earth Spike, a Hex, or an Impale, you're probably just going to melt to the damage output of T1. At least they have some way of purging those stuns up or that control up and just allow Jackie to be able to do what he needs to do. But we'll see how it all pans out. I mean, game one, there's a 5-man smoke already from T1. The mid, meanwhile, Jackie, those in trouble top laners, they do jump the Void, and it looks like they might just have him, but no, Jackie, he will be able to time walk away, as Carl's going to be the one to drop mid lane. They leave Jackie behind, but they knew he was going to be just fine. Boom Esports able to claim first blood in the mid.
And that's a big rotation out. And we kind of
seem so high impact, but it really is mid lane. Who have they gone on? It's going to be Carl on that Lena. The TPs are there, though, to try and help out Carl. He's going to go down anyway, as Skem is able to pick up the kill on the DP, and he will happily give his life away if need be. But now they turn right back around. Skem's taken through it. Torrent is going to land from Yopaj, but that's going to be it. A 1-for-1, but certainly in the favor of Boom Esports.
They've still got big spells to play with here. They've still got both. They've still got the X. They only really use Chrono, and that's not much.
Nice start from Skem. That'll get Zephyr with the X out into the Torrent. We'll get the Spike Carapace off, but it won't matter too much as Skem's still going to move in, as now the BKB is going to be popped. Japoi, he'll get one kill down, and now Cuckoo, he's trying to come in and take out Skem, but Skem is surviving. He's a Giga Chat. They'll eventually take him down, but the Jewel is there, and that'll be a first bit of Jewel damage out for FBZ, and another kill out for Yopaj. And T1, they cannot catch a break this game thus far.
Trying to shove in bot, but looks like Boom are ready for the defense.
That they are. Yopaj is in with the Torrent and the boat. Carl, though, going to be forced to BKB up, but FBZ trying to get in range for the Jewel is going to be unable to get it. Still, they'll force the fight. Zephyr trying to back off, but here comes Jackie. He'll join his team. They really want that Nyx Assassin dead and should eventually be able to chase us. In fact, never mind that. They're going north, up to Cuckoo and the Lena. They've got the Jewel out onto the Viper. Cuckoo's in big trouble, but the Laguna Blade out on FBZ. It's going to be enough in the end, but Carl's gone down. Tim's takes the kill, and now Cuckoo, he will closely follow behind. They got FBZ, but they're going to lose 3 for that.
And they're still not done. They have Chrono to play with here in Jackie.
Oh, Gabby. They saw Gabby for a second. He'll try to meld. It's blink away, but Jackie's got both of them in the Chrono. He's got everything he could ask for. Into the Torrent boat, and Yopaj will clean up. Get the brooms out, because Zephyr now, he'll be the third. Carl's going to try and help, but I'm not sure about that, Carl. He's run right into the whole side of Boom, but can they lock him down? It looks like they just may, as he'll BKB up, but FBZ's got another Jewel out onto the Lena this time. Another victory for Boom Esports. T1, they cannot do anything.
Do have at least the Earth Spike and Impale, but again, it just doesn't feel like they've been able to use that well.
Miscommunication perhaps, as Cuckoo's just run right in by himself. He may get bursted down. Skem, meanwhile, again just tanking all the spells and all the damage. Skem just doesn't care. They can throw everything but the kitchen sink if the man still won't die. As Whitemon thought he was out scot-free, but that is not the case. He'll be X'd up by the Idol. And that'll be another kill for Boom Esports. 20-5 now. And now they know exactly where he is, and Gabby, Spiderlink's up. It's not going to matter. The jewel is there. They've got the breakout, and the boat to fly in. Meanwhile, Roshan has started from Jackie, but he was trying to do it, well, not by himself. Well, kinda, I suppose, as Zephyr was trying to interrupt, but he may get punished himself for this. Zephyr misses the impale, is going to go down, and Roshan will be continued by Boom. GG.
You call it.
They've had enough, and I don't blame them, Jonathan. 30-5, 13k net worth lead at 30 minutes in. I think T1's draft has failed them, and or rather they failed to execute the draft, and that was it. They just know they had no comeback.
That was just such clean gameplay out from Boom, though. Like, we'll have to see how much T1 can get out. The DP versus Kunkka lane is in play. So again, there are ways for Call to play that, but I think Yopaj should still be able to break through net regen on the DP with the Tidebringer and just handle that lane fine.
I saw your face there, Mike, when he mentioned the circle, but just quickly, a non-circle analysis. How do you like the matchups?
You remember how we talked about never betting against Yopaj Ember? It goes with the Tim's Marana too. You never bet against Tim's Marana. This is going to probably be problematic for T1. I feel very bad for Whitemon this game because he's playing Crystal Maiden, and we saw what happened at Cuckoo last game against Yopaj's Kunkka. What the hell's the CM going to do?
Very true. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to be having my eyes look towards that way as well as we jump into game 2 of the grand final. Please, MLP and John, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Nat. We do get into it. Game number 2 between T1 and Boom Esports set to get underway. John, I don't have much faith in the T1 draft this time around, which probably means they're going to win. Do you have any faith in this draft?
I think it's got some timings to hit. It does feel a little bit faster. I mean, you've got a much better sacrificial support for Whitemon, so he's not going to mind dying too much. It's not like game 1, where there was still a need for Lion to get Blink. You can kind of just leave that roll away to Zephyr.
She's moving too fast. What's this movement speed? Can we get a nerf on Crystal Maiden, please? My goodness.
Oh, stop it, Mike. I actually do miss playing CM. You know, she was one of my favorite supports, and now it's actually game losing when I pick up CM, so love it back. Still, early aggression out to catch Zephyr here, Mike.
Uh-oh, they have caught Zephyr. Screw the CM for now, because Zephyr's in big trouble. He's going to try and run, but Yopaj, would you believe it, will take first blood on the Kunkka. Keep in mind, John, Yopaj has not died once yet this series, so we're going to keep track of when that first kill is going to come along for this Kunkka. For now, though, he is theoretically 17-0. And he will show up again, and here comes Yopaj. You have Boat up in 8, so maybe they could just scare off the side of T1. Zephyr, a nice bit of information here for his team. Yopaj still very confident as the exit is starting to wear off, but now they'll move in onto that Kunkka. But there's your Boat out, and Cuckoo, he got caught by the turret, and with the Tidebringer damage is too much. Cuckoo cannot tank through it. And Jackie will take the kill on the troll. And that's going to put an end to that T1 bottom tower push. Zephyr now has been scouted out by the Hawk. Instead, on the first hit after the TP. And Zephyr, he's still going to try and run, but there is no running. Jackie with a double kill. And the defense does work out very nicely here for Boom Esports by himself. So maybe you could capitalize off that at the top lane. And they're going to try now. Onto that troll wall if they go. He does have Tims around, but Tims, he'll miss the arrow. With the silence out, they will get the troll. Nice rotation from Carl as now they'll move back in onto Tims. He'll try to leap away, but Whitemon will chase him down, eventually landing the frostbite. And they're looking for that Roshan deny, but it's not going to work out as Carl gets a double kill on the Death Prophet.
Carl is not under direct threat. They are still clumping around Jack Boys here down bot. He does have this defusal, but nothing defensive here.
Can you silence him up though? He's got the battle trance and it'll go right onto Whitemon. Still Whitemon will just Giga Chat it up and just man fight through it. He does get taken out, however, but Jackie is going to drop, so Gabby will be very happy with that kind of trade. Yopaj now going to try and catch somebody out. Skem will get all the information necessary as they are going to spot out Gabby, but he does have another waveform ready whenever, but he's into the arrow now. Stunned up, but he got the strength morph in time. He'll be just fine. They get Jackie once again on the troll.
For T1. Like, their big damage is basically coming out from Cuckoo. We haven't seen the Sonic Wave as well.
Arrow. Oh, ooh, Arrow's going to land, and the Agimorph was there. Oh, tips. Give the tips out to Tims. I did not think that arrow was going to land, but it was right on the backside of Gabby, and oh, he was agimorphing John. He was not expecting that. Meanwhile, across the map, they try to go onto Skem, but they just can't hold him down as now the Roar is out onto Whitemon. That'll be a nice, easy pickup for FBZ as T1 once again.
Like, he does have that Lincolns. It's not enough with an arrow and Cuckoo.
Oh, Tims. There's a reason they call him the Filipino sniper, John. On this Marana, he does not miss. Another great kill set up by Tims. The creeps from FBZ almost baiting them in. They have seen Gabby. Torrent is going to land Gabby. Lincoln's are broken, and now with the silence out, he can't strength morph. They get the overgrowth in time, but Gabby's gone. Sonic Wave is there, but what good is it when you've already lost the Morphling? Now Carl is going to try to run, but they X him right back into the loving arms of Jackie. And Cuckoo, well, he's out of mana. He can't blink away, and that's going to be 4 to go down for T1 as Boom Esports are just rolling all over them.
And that looked like the best angle for T1. I mean, I get why it's there, you know, just eat the boar, shut down FBZ, even that didn't do much.
They might not even die. Yeah, GG.
GG?
Another very anticlimactic GG to come out from T1, this time 20 minutes in, 10 minutes before the last one. What do you do, John? Boom Esports. I don't know if it's the momentum. I don't know.
I'm just going to ask my normal question. That is, how long do you think this game's going to go for, Mike?
Oh, I'll give it 35 minutes. 35 minutes it'll last.
Okay, I like it. And what about you, John? Quickly, how long do you think it'll be?
I'll go 5 minutes less. 30 minutes for me. I think it could go either way in that point. So pretty fast game for either side if they do snowball.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to a fast, but hopefully close game as we are heading into game number 3. If Boom are able to win out this game, then they are going to be the king of SEA. They are going to be taking the grand finals, but time will only tell us. I'm going to head on out of here and leave both of you to the game number 3.
Well, thank you very much, Nat. We do get into a game number 3 between T1 and Boom Esports set to get underway. John, we may have predicted the time that the game's going to last, but I do hope this isn't going to be the last game of this best of 5 grand final, as so far it has been very, very one-sided, and I want a bit more excitement, Jonathan. I think people are expecting a much closer matchup between these two.
Yeah, especially if you consider the upper bracket finals. I think that was a very tight series between the two. It just feels like Boom has managed to learn a lot more from that series than T1 did. I think they do make some good adjustments for this game 3. The TA pick for Gabby, having a much more active hero for Carl on that Kunkka is going to be a great response, and I think this should allow T1 to find some early aggression, but it really depends, because we said almost the same thing in game 1, where T1 had such a great draft with so much stuns, Boom still found a way. I still feel like if Boom made that game 1 draft of theirs work, this is pretty much more bog standard for Boom, and
he's going to make the jump in, seeing that small camp being farmed up. He wants to go for the first blood, and it looks like he's probably got it. Carl can't do anything. Yopash able to secure first blood, and tips are out against Carl.
It does happen sometimes.
Jackie.
They are making a play on Jackie here.
He does have Battle Trance, but this will be a massive kill for T1 if they can get it, and they'll pop the Mortimer's Kisses. Battle Trance has been expended, and now the rest of the team are making their way over, but Jackie is already so low, and they just want the one damn kill. Jackie, he will go down to the Scatter Blast, but now the Sonic Wave out. Yopaj, he's going to get Zephyr, and it looks like they've got Whitemon. So it's still a decent trade, as long as Carl gets himself out of there. Instead, Nightmare will be there, though Skem does get stunned up, but again, it's a very weird team fight from T1 thus far, as they haven't really fully committed. And Boom Esports, they will fully commit if they want to, and that they do. They start to move in, not really finding the target yet as FBZ, he's going to be targeted here by T1. A lot of HP being removed right now, but Nightmare is there from Skemp to try and save his FBZ. He is still alive. Tims, meanwhile, will come in now with the Rolling Thunder. It's going to be a nice stun out as Jackie does move in with that Battle Trance onto Cuckoo. They've got rid of Whitemon, and now the Sonic Wave out. Chapoy, he lands on absolutely everybody as they even find Gabby. And FBZ, he eventually goes down, but it took so long to get that done. They seem to want to move up top lane. Maybe even go mid. Carl, he's shown up again, and FBZ, he's just so confident moving into that Conqueror, and they just blow him up. He has no HP right now, as Whitemon will be the third to go. It seems like a very, very similar story, Jonathan.
Which is pretty good with the Maelstrom. They will go for the defense here on T1, though.
They have to try. Boat Torrent is out onto Jackie, but do they have that burst damage to really get rid of him? He does have the Aegis anyway, so he's going to wait out the first life. Nice start for T1. See if they can follow up as FBZ will move in, and now Jackie gets roared up, but where's your follow-up? Gabby's going to try and rush in with the Scatter Blast, the meld, and the cookie. They've got Jackie. He did not press that ulti button, and Boom Esports need to rush the hell away as Skem now will be chased down. They'll have plenty of vision with that Fade Grenade. Tim's unable to stick around to help. T1 able to successfully find a double kill, and it could be scary timing now with that DD room up on the Quap. Is FBZ going to just charge right in with the chains out, and now the Rolling Thunder to follow up, but where is it? There it is, right in onto the Beastmaster. They want Cuckoo dead first, but the boat is going to fly in to try and protect. They've got Tim surely, as he cannot roll away, and Cuckoo, he tries to TP out, but they get the kill in time, and now they're onto Carl. They want that Kunkka dead, but it looks like they're going to have to leave him be. At least for now, they turn back in onto Whitemon instead.
And forced to clump up. He might fight around his rune though.
Tim's gonna get X'd up into the torrent and the boat with the Mortimer's Kisses. They just throw everything with the kitchen sink at Tim's to make sure he does die. And now they really want Skem on that Bane. They'll rush for him. The Nightmare gonna buy a bit of time for Skem. He might be able to walk away, but no, he will eventually burn out. Instead, Whitemon though does drop as FBZ tries to find another target for his team to jump, and the buyback will be there. Tim's, he needs to rejoin this team fight as they roll right through Jackie's BKB, and they're getting through the HP pool. They have Battle Trance available if they need it, and now Tim's, a big Rolling Thunder through two. Cuckoo's gonna drop. Zephyr's blinked out of there, and so has Gabby, and they do not want this team fight any longer, as Yopaj is still going to have a look around for more. Gabby will remain melded. Annoying from that high ground, the Yopaj now going to try and jump in and deal with this Ogre. Meanwhile, Gabby looking for a way into this team fight himself. Wymon's dropping very low though. The Sonic Wave will get rid of him as now Tim's with the Rolling Thunder again. He's going to land on Cuckoo, and now the Fiend Grip. It's caught out Gabby. Skem with the tip immediately, knowing there was no way to cancel the Fiend Strip off. And Carl's forced the BKB and just run back towards the base. But things haven't been too smooth as of late. FBZ will chain in. They'll Fire Blast him up and lock him down with the Mortimer's Kisses and the Roar, but Yopaj, he'll jump in and try to stop all this from happening. Still, FBZ has gone. And maybe now you can force the defense really, as Boom Esports cannot fight without him. Tim's just gonna roll away. T1 might feel the need to keep pushing it out. Tim's, he'll turn around again. Yopaj with a Sonic Wave out onto 4 heroes. But can they really fight? Whitemon's got another Fiend Trip again. It's called Carl, and there's no cancelling. What a Rolling Thunder out from Tim's. And that's something you just don't really expect to happen, John. The good old U-turn there from Alpango, it ends up paying off.
And that's going to force a couple of buybacks here for the defense. They still have Gabby, he still has damage, no grip to pin him down, so he knows he can actually get good defense.
So it looks like he's going to move his way up. He's got that secondary life with the Aegis. This time FBZ may not try to rush into the tier 3. They were prepared last time around, though Mortimer's Kisses have been expended, and Jackie will lose that first life again. It's a good start here for T1. FBZ though pretending to chain in, as he does end up not really going in, but Yopaj has with the blink out. He does get the Roar out. The Nightmare's going to save the boat, flies in. Yopaj is gone. No buyback available for the Quap, and T1 can really fight this one out now, as they're going to try Carl. He's been focused down. Jackie trying to chase him out, but there's so much control on the Troll that he cannot really just fight, and he is going to drop. A very rare mistake from our Queen of Pain, but Yopaj does go too far, and it does cost very life in that very low cooldown on that first level. Oh, but they might find him immediately. Whitemon, he's in with the Ignite. Can they lock him down? Aeon Disc already procs, so he's forced to blink away. In the meantime, they do come in from the backside. Boom Esports is still trying to find a way to force this fight. The Torrent is going to land on Carl, and it looks like T1 are happy to just kite out. FBZ though, chaining right in, trying to force the fight. It's not happening yet. Carl is still just hiding away from the side of Boom Esports as they chase him down. Who have they caught? It's going to be Zephyr on the Snapfire, but in the meantime, Skem has died, and Gabby, he's cleaning up. He's found Tim's to boot. They even do take down that Snapfire, but now they can work on towards FBZ, and the damage output, Gabby, he's just annihilating them right now. A big Sonic Wave and a double Sonic Wave out, however, but it doesn't seem to be enough, as Jackie with the Battle Trap France. He's going to try and fight by himself, but here comes the Torrent Storm, and here comes Gabby onto Yopaj. He's got the Queen of Pain down, and it seems like the Troll is all by himself. As FBZ though, he'll chain in with the chains out. He does get Carl on that Kunkka, but Jackie is still looking to die as Gabby's got a rampage on the TA, and it might just be a double. FBZ's gonna pop the Bloodstone. It's not gonna be enough. A double rampage out for Gabby.
Through them with FBZ, but the damage output of Gabby is just so high now, and they're gonna go for tier 4s. No buyback in FBZ, no buyback in Yopaj with the damage of Gabby. This is a tough defense for Boom.
It certainly is. Tim's with the Rolling Thunder, gonna try and buy a bit of time as the buyback is there from Jackie. Into the battle, France and the Fiend's Grip, they've held down Gabby. They've got the TA, but the Force Staff gonna save. Still Gabby falling, and he does go down. He's gonna buy back though, as they get the Torrent Storm out. Jackie's being controlled up, and they've got the Troll Warlord. That has to be it. That has to be the GG call to come, as T1 will just put the nail on the coffin here. Boom Esports, they've only got Tim's left, and that's it. He's got buyback, but there's no way to defend by himself, and the GG will be called. T1 are not going to tap out after 3 games. They will force it to a game number 4 of this grand final. Final between T1 and Boom Esports. We've resolved the issues. It took a little bit of time, but we're finally here. John, we do have to provide some updates. I'm a bit afraid to provide the updates. Could you please provide the update to the viewers?
We've had an issue with Carl connecting. It turns out maybe he's got complete internet outage or something going on. So we've got Lelouch from Polaris standing in on T1. And that is going to shake things up. At first, you and I were baited at, Gabby playing Io and a Cuckoo PA. And now we've got Lelouch playing as well. At the least, the game is here. So you don't have to deal with us any longer, as we will come in with our beautiful panning shots from Neff, as you can see. And of course, Pitian on the main cam. I'm just happy that we're finally here, Mike. I mean, even if it's Lelouch playing, I don't know how much this will change. I don't think they've played a lot with Lelouch in an actual team.
He's a little bit behind Yopaj, but only by 1 CS. So nice performances top lane. Gabby, he's going to drop Tim's. Able to take first blood here on that Wind Ranger. And it looks like Whitemore was actually just missing in action. He was pulling that small cap at the time, and Gabby was just a bit too far ahead.
Group up.
Oh, they're going to find the Lena as well. That's a massive pick off, and with the split earth there, it should be more than enough to take him down, and it will be. Though Zephyr is ironically the one to take the kill on the Io. So, well, there you go. Zephyr takes a kill. First one of the game for him, but more importantly, T1 able to actually take all the stacks away from the jungle with this Arcane Rune. So he's just going to get maximum value from the jungle rather than for... Oh, never mind. They're forcing a fight. They found him. Jackie has been caught out. Jewel is going to be there. FBZ trying to make his way in to help out, but Jackie has been fingered down by Whitemon. Now Scam will rejoin the fight along with FBZ, but do they have any form of control? Yopaj, he went too deep. They'll leave Lelouch behind. And they'll take down the Lena. Oh, T1 are just rushing for him. Boom Esports, they've got to get the hell out, but it looks like there's no way out as the slows are just consistently flying in onto Boom. As FBZ now being caught by Gabby, and that might just be another kill to go the way of T1. Too tanky. They just don't have the damage. Whitemon, an awkward miss on the Earth Spike, so Skem, he can go for a nice easy Nightmare onto that line, but help is still around. If they want to keep Whitemon alive, they can, but it does seem like they're leaving poor old Whitemon alone to just die. In fact, a great shackles from Tim's. He found Cuckoo, and now the Fiend's Grip is going to force them to try and fight. They will just stun him up and let it go as they're just trying to run, but Jackie, he'll still chase them down with a great Light Strike Array now. Poison! Zephyr's going to go down on the Io and the shackles. It's not going to land this time, but they'll get a Nightmare out from Scam, and that should set up for another Light Strike Array very soon from Yopaj, as Lelouch now has been trapped up and does go down. 3 drop for the side of T1. Very nicely. They're going to try onto Cuckoo. FBZ with the blinking could set up very nicely with the spear. He's got 2 in there in that arena. Lelouch, they're going to try and fight back, but the shackles does lock him down, and Zephyr just immediately relocates him out, as they will focus down Whitemon on that Lion, and they will successfully get him. So Boom Esports biting back here in this mid lane, as they'll even find Zephyr. No playing around, they throw everything at the Io, and they will secure the kill. Scam, He's going to have his smoke broken, but the slow is there and pings her out onto Lelouch. Shackle only going to lock him down for half a second. They move in, but the arena is there from FBZ onto Cuckoo and Whitemon. He just melts. Even Skem buying back into this fight because he wants to commit that ulti, but 2 already down for T1, and now the trap slow is pretty insane as Zephyr. He's going to get shackled up. He can't get out of there. He's going to drop, and Lelouch is not out of trouble yet either. He's out of mana as FBZ finds another target. That might be another kill for Yopaj. An ultra kill for the Lina, and they'd love a rampage.
But that first hit off, and a double damage here as well. Like, Jack boys, pick it up before the fight breaks out.
Oh, it's a bait though. Jewel is going to be there, but FBZ, he read the movement. He's in with
Oh,
the arena,
Nightmare.
and the Nightmare's going to buy time as now they can't take down Jackie, and they'll turn right back around. The Fiend's grip on Gabby, holding him down through the BKB, but Zephyr, he's going to keep that PA alive. Shackles out. They've caught Lelouch. Gabby's still on the run. They'll have to turn for the left right, but Gabby with the fan of knives back in onto FBZ, but the Laguna, Japoy's got him. Into the Nightmare, Lelouch will be relocated out, but the chase is on for Cuckoo, who does take the double damage rune, but it won't mean much, and Roshan has respawned. Would you believe that, John?
My God.
Zephyr is going to have to come back, and will die by the creep wave, and they are right into the Roshan pit. Hey, it's T1 who have to try and respond to this. As Lelouch is still chipping away at Jackie and does land a nice stun, and that's going to be the Aegis. That's one great way to start for T1 as Whitemon's ready with the Earth Spike. Are they really going to move in? No, the Nightmare again going to save Jackie. They could not duel him up. Still Gabby, he's going to jump in with the fan of knives onto Jackie, but the Fiend's Rip again from Skem going to hold down Gabby through the BKB, but they could not take him down in time. They just keep missing hits as FBZ's going to drop to boot. The finger from Whitemon, able to get it done. And that'll try and move in, but FBZ ready to break the smoke. Will break it onto Cuckoo, now realizing they probably are all together, but won't make the jump in yet. In fact, Whitemon, he's there with the Hex down, and Gabby looking to blow him up with the Nightmare again. Going to delay things. They do get FBZ though, but he has buyback if they want to commit, and they do. They want the team fight as the trap slow is there. Yopaj, he's going to find Zephyr. That'll be one down. T1 still just a bunch of men on the run here, trying to get out. Though Gabby thinking about jumping back in, but doesn't do so as the trap slow still going. Tim's now looking for a nice shackle. Not going to throw one out yet. The Earth Spike will hold him back as they keep kiting out, kiting back in after Skem perhaps. But no, they don't commit quite yet. The daggers are following him down, but he keeps juking them out with the Shadow Amulet as FBZ now might reinitiate. Nice shackle, doesn't really latch, but they've got the spear out, and now the arena catching out 3 heroes. But do they have the follow-up to it? Not quite yet as Gabby gonna jump back in, but no, that's what they were waiting for. They wanted the bait. Gabby's gone without buyback, and now Cuckoo, he'll follow. Onto Whitemon, they'll find a third. FBZ jumping in and waiting for someone to show so he can make the jump in. Skem meanwhile might find Lelouch. They're going to try and blow up the Bane again, and he does go down. A great start for T1, but Lelouch, he gets blown up himself, and now with the Gale back and the arena, FBZ's in. They get Whitemon down, but Gabby, he's going to try and fight on that PA. He does get the Aegis of Jackie, but now with the silence out, he is locked down with nowhere to go. Gabby, no, the relocate from Zephyr isn't going to be good enough. Gabby is still in the middle of all this. The relocate does not end up saving, or maybe it does. Gabby does blink strike out and does make it, but it's Gabby versus the world as FBZ continues chasing the PA. They'll buy back on Cuckoo. They are going to try one last time to defend, but Boom Esports, they know this game is looking very, very over as they go on to the Ancient, and the GG has been called. Your champions of the regional finals for the SEA DPC. It's going to be Boom Esports.